guys, I think you can tell from the surroundings that this was filmed back in April, but I just read an advanced reader copy that I got from work of a young reader. I read this guy, Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus, which, one, the title grabbed me instantly. Great job on that one, Miss Dusty Bowling. And then once reading the back and understanding what this story was actually about, continued to love it. Just incredibly, just this whole idea. Lucky for me, it stood up to that idea. Insignificant Events is a story of a young girl named Avon Green who was born without arms, and she isn't coddled. Her adoptive parents, as she was put up for adoption when she was a baby, are very adamant that she can do anything she sets her mind to. It might take her longer, she might have to do it a different way than other people would, but that does not mean that she cannot do anything, including becoming an astronaut. At the beginning of this novel, she and her parents are moving to a different state so that her parents can run this old rundown Western amusement park family get-together spot. I say amusement park, there's no roller coasters, but it's like an outing spot, like a scenic space to go. She's very nervous because she's gonna have to go to school, and she's been at the same school her whole life, so she's used to people understanding and recognizing her, that even though she doesn't have arms, she's not weird, whereas now she's gonna be weird. A lot of you might be connecting the dots between this book and Wonder, and I do think that this one works very well when speaking with Wonder. So if teachers are looking for a book that is similar to Wonder but has a female protagonist, or just have two different perspectives of the same sort of story, this is definitely going to be a good one for that. In any case, as I continue, she, among her first days at school, makes friend with a young boy named Connor who has Tourette syndrome, and these two outcasts, because of physical anomalies and syndromes, are just trying to navigate middle school and life and everything that's going on while being happy and fulfilled, as well as trying to figure out the mystery of why the owner of the park that her parents are managing is never around, and who she is, and what's in this weird shed they found locked that is just filled with papers and pictures and things like that. I really loved this book, perhaps even more than Wonder, and it wasn't that Wonder wasn't a good book, but I felt much more for Avon. I think because when it comes to August, I have a hard time empathizing with him, as he can get kind of whiny and self-obsessed, and while that makes sense with his life and the way that he's coddled and protected, and everybody looks out for him and makes exceptions for him, that got on my nerves. Like, it took somebody who has this disfigurement and made him, like, put him up on a pedestal, so to speak. Like, wow, how amazing that this little boy is gonna go to school and gonna try and be a normal person. Whereas in this book with Avon, there's no question that she's going to school and being a normal person. She wouldn't want to be taken away and hidden and coddled and have, like, her individuality and her ability to be a human being compromised in any way. And while she is still self-conscious and still worried about what people think of her, because she's a young girl going into puberty and we all have these thoughts, she isn't as self-obsessed as August was. Avon actually focuses a lot more on helping her friend Connor, who is very, very insecure and very, like, inwardly depressed in a lot of ways. And she wants to show him that even though they are different and there's things they can't control about their lives, it doesn't mean that they need to hide themselves away. Avon and Connor, while being a little bit rambunctious and definitely troublemakers, are not terrible role models, and in fact I think are better role models in a lot of ways than many able-bodied kids, because while it does discuss their very extreme issues that would separate them from an average child in the same situation, many kids feel the same way. And while it does, like, push that idea to the max. It lets kids identify with this feeling of being outcasted and being weird and not quite in control of your life or your body or whatever is going on, and say, well, if Avon could do it without arms, I can do it. Or if Connor could do it barking constantly, I could do it myself. And I really think that this book and these characters did that better than August did in Wonder for me. Again, I really liked Wonder, but I think that this one was a little bit stronger. If you had a kid who read Wonder and loved it, this might be a good one to pick up. If you're a teacher or a librarian who's looking for more diverse books with children with disabilities or children with disfigurements, this is another one to look at. Also, mental illness, and it's just really fun and heartwarming. It's not a sad story like that. It's very uplifting, and it has the interesting mystery element. The characters are very funny and humorous, and they felt real. I didn't feel like these were characters that had these issues put on them to make a point. It was more just a story about two kids, and they happen to have these issues, and while those issues are highlighted throughout the book, it didn't feel disingenuous. I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and that for me September is going much better than April was, but I'm definitely going to revisit this guy and just love it again, I'm sure. I hope you guys are having lovely lives, and I will talk to you again next time.